was 27 years old, I left a very demanding job in management consulting for a job that was even more demanding, teaching. I went to teach 7th grade math in the New York City public school, and like any teacher, I made quizzes and tests. I gave out homework assignments when the work come back. I calculated grades. What struck me was that IQ was not the only difference between my best and my work students. Some of my strongest performers did not have stratospheric stratospheric IQ scores. Some of my smartest kids weren't doing so well, and got me thinking the kids of things you need to learn in 7th grade math. Sure, they had Russian decimals, the R of a parallelogram, but these, these concepts are not impossible, and I was firmly convinced that every one of my students could learn the material if they worked hard and long enough. After several more years of teaching, I came to the conclusion that what we need in education is a much better understanding of students and learning from a motivational perspective, from a psychological perspective. In education, the one thing we know how to measure best is IQ. But what if doing well in school and in life depends on much more than your ability to learn quickly and easily? So I left the classroom and I went to graduate school to become a psychologist. I started studying kids and adults in all kinds of super challenging settings. And in every study my question was who is successful here and why. My research team and I went to West Point Military Academy. We tried to predict which cadets will stay in military training and which will drop out. We went to the National Spelling Bee and tried to predict which children will advance farthest in competition. We studied rocket teachers working in really truck neighborhoods, asking which teachers are still going to be here in teaching by the end of the school years and of those who will be the most effective at improving learning outcomes for their students. We partnered with private companies asking which of the salespeople is going to keep their jobs and who is going to earn the most money. In all those very different contexts on characteristics emerged as a significant predictor of success, and it was social intelligence, it was good looks, physical health, and it was IQ. It was grit. Grit is passion, the perseverance for very long-term goals. Grit is having stamina. Grit is sticking with your future day in day out, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years and working really hard to make the future a reality. Grit is living life like it's a marathon, not a sprint. A few years ago, I started studying grit in the Chicago public school. I asked thousands of high school juniors to take grit juicy questionnaires and then waited around more than a year to see who would graduate. Turned out that greater kids were significantly more likely to graduate, even when I matched them on every characteristic. I could measure things like family income, standardized achievement test scores, even how safe kids felt when they were were at school. So it's not just at West Point or the national spelling bee that grade matter. It's also in school, especially for kids at risk for dropping out. To me, the most so- shocking thing about grade is how little science know about building it. Every day, parents and teachers ask me, how do I get grade in kids? What do I do to teach kids a solid work ethic? How do I keep them motivated for the long run? The honest answer is I don't know, but I don't know is that talent does make you great. Our data show very clearly that there are many talented individuals who simply do not follow through in their commitment. In fact, in our data in grade is especially unrelated or even inversely related to measure of talent. So far, so far, the best idea I've heard about building grade in kids is something called growth mindset. This is an idea developed at Stanford University by Carol Dweck, and it is the belief that the ability to learn is not fixed, that it can change with your effort. The Dr. Dweck has shown that when kids read and learn about the brain and how it changes and grows in response to challenge, they are much more likely to persevere when they fail because they don't believe that failure is a permanent condition. So growth mindset is a great idea for being great. But we need more, and that's where I'm going to end my remarks because that where we are. That's the work that stands before us. We need to take our best idea, our strongest intuition, and we need to test them. We need to measure whether we've been successful, and we have to be willing to fail, to be wrong, to start even again with lesson learned. In other words, we need to be willing about getting our kids graded. Thank you.